Okay, let's get into this. Imagine you spent years building up, a significant crypto portfolio, maybe more,
Right.
all secured with those private keys. Only you have them. You're basically your own bank.
Total control. It feels powerful.
Really powerful, liberating even. But then, well,
Yeah.
suddenly you're just not here anymore. Gone.
And yeah, in the, let's say, the normal financial world, there are processes, right? Wills, executors, banks have records, things like that. But in this decentralized space that the sources we're looking at describe, what's left isn't a clear path for your family or whoever. It's often just a digital black hole.
A void, yeah. Everything locked up. Maybe forever. Because
Okay,
those
yeah.
keys, that access,
Yeah.
you were the only one who had it.
Precisely. And that's what this deep dive is really about, tackling this kind of weird, uncomfortable reality the sources call decentralized death.
Decentralized death. It sounds dramatic, but it's a real issue.
Well, the core problem, and this comes up again and again in the material, is that the huge freedom crypto gives you, being free from banks, governments, that kind of thing, it comes with this massive, often forgotten personal responsibility.
You are your own bank. We hear that all the time.
Yes, but these sources really hammer home that you also have to be your own, let's say, your own estate planner for what happens afterwards. There isn't a forgot password button you can press from the afterlife,
No. No next of kin override on the blockchain itself.
Exactly.
And this isn't just some niche problem anymore, is it? It's happening now, and it's big. The source mentioned Chainalysis, the blockchain analytics firm.
Yeah.
They estimate that, get this, over 20% of all Bitcoin ever mined is already lost. Forever.
20%, that's staggering.
It really is. And a huge reason for that. Owners died,
Yeah.
passed away, without leaving any way for anyone else to get to their funds. Millions, maybe billions.
Yeah.
Just poof, gone.
And what's really interesting, looking at the sources, is the impact this has, and also the ways people are trying to fix it now. For the families, it's a total nightmare.
I can imagine.
They might not even know the assets exist, first off, or where they are, or even if they find some wallet file, how on earth do you unlock it? The sources describe the current solutions people are using as kind of, well, patchwork feels right.
Patchwork is a good word because it really sounds like trying to force old methods onto this new tech, like writing down your seed phrase or private keys in your physical will.
Right. Which, when you think about it, using paper for, highly secure digital information, it feels almost quaint and vulnerable.
Very vulnerable. Or what about multi-sig wallets? That comes up too.
Yeah, multi-signature wallets. The idea is you need, say, 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 5 keys held by different trusted people to approve a transaction.
So you spread the keys among family or friends.
In theory. But the source implies, okay, that adds layers of complexity. And it relies so heavily on trust and coordination over potentially years or decades.
What if relationships change or someone loses their key?
Exactly. It's not foolproof.
And then there's the really techie solution.
Yeah.
Dead man's switches. That sounds like something from a spy movie, but the source talks about it seriously.
They're fascinating, yeah. But again, complex. These are basically programs, bits of code designed to automatically send your assets or maybe reveal access info if you don't check in periodically.
Like log in or click a button every few months.
Something like that, yeah. Say every 90 days or 180 days. If you miss it, the switch triggers. It tries to automate things.
But it has its own problems, right? What if you're just, stuck somewhere without internet or incapacitated?
Big risks. It's yet another technical layer trying to solve a very, very human problem.
Which kind of leads us to this deeper question the source material raises, doesn't it? It's almost philosophical. Should it even be decentralized? We love the freedom in crypto, the freedom from banks, from censorship. Being our own bank is the whole point for many people.
It is. But if you connect the dots here, like the source does, that freedom demands this incredibly high level of personal responsibility, not just while you're actively managing things, but thinking about the end too.
Right.
And the source basically argues that if you embrace that freedom but ignore the end-of-life part, it's like you've built this amazing machine.
But with a time bomb built right in.
Yeah, a ticking time bomb. That's a good way to put it.
So, distilling this down, what's the core message from these sources? The conclusion seems pretty stark, makes you stop and think.
It does. It's essentially, look, in crypto, human immortality, that's a fantasy. You won't be around forever to manage your keys or check your dead man's switch.
Okay.
But a locked wallet, a wallet where the keys are lost, that, the source points out, can be forever. It's a permanent digital wall.
Wow. So this deep dive really hammers home that while we focus so much on growing digital wealth,
Accumulating, trading, HO dealing.
yeah, all that, the other critical side, the one we don't talk about enough, is protecting it. Not just from hackers or market crashes, but from, well, from us not being here anymore.
Exactly. Making sure the value you built, the assets you hold, can actually get to the people you want them to get to, instead of just becoming, digital dust.
So the really provocative thought these sources leave you, the listener, with is this. The real staying power, the true long-term value of your crypto, isn't just about its market performance while you're alive.
Fundamentally, it's about the plan you have in place for it after you're gone.
It forces you to confront that tension, that balance between this incredible financial freedom and the profound long-term responsibility that absolutely comes with it, something to really mull over.